Good morning, class 5. Today we will discuss chapter 7, Living Safely. Yes, we have done some of the part in our previous class. So today we will discuss the rest portion of chapter 7, Living Safely. So all of you take out your science book, which is Millennium Science Juniors 5, and the book and the publication is Millennium Book Source Private Limited. All of you open chapter 7, page number 66. Now, in our previous class, we had discussed about the keys to safety. In that, we have discussed about the safety at home, in which we discussed about the gas leaks, kitchen fire, sharp objects, wet floor, electrical appliances, medicines. After that, we have read about the safety on road. Now today we will discuss about the first aid. What does the word first aid means? First aid means the aid given to an injured person or an injury before any treatment. Okay. So now let's discuss the first aid. As incidents can happen unexpectedly, it is wise to know what to do in an emergency. First aid is the first medical help given to an injured person. Let us discuss some of the common emergencies and the appropriate first aid to be given in such situations. Now, accidents can happen anywhere and at any time because they are not expected. They happen unexpectedly, and so it is wise to do in an emergency. So the first need is to give a first aid in an emergency. What does the first aid means? First aid is the first medical help given to an injured person. Now let us discuss some of the common emergencies and appropriate first aid given in such situations. There are different types of injuries as well as in the situations in which we use different types of first aid, as the first aid in every injury or a situation is not same, they differs. So let's study. Okay. Now, treating burns. Burns can be caused by fire, hot objects, boiling liquids, steam, crackers, electricity or chemicals. That is acid. Minor burns can be treated at home, but severe burns should only be treated by a doctor. Now burns means jalna. So burns can be caused by fire, hot objects, boiling liquids, steam, crackers, electricity, air or chemicals or acid. Okay. Now the minor burns means जो हल्का फुल्का जो जलता है, that can be treated at home only, but the severe burns should be always be treated under a doctor. Okay, or it should be treated by a doctor only. Now let's see what we should do while treating a burn. Cool the burnt area with water or ice till burning sensation goes. Now cool the burnt area or with water or ice till burning sensation goes means cool the burning area means the burnt area, the जो आपका suppose your hand is burnt, so keep your hand under the water or ice until the burnt portion gets some relaxation or the burning sensation goes. Okay, cool that area. This is, for example, while cooking a food, sometimes what happens, our finger gets burnt, so we should put our fingers into a water or in a ice till the burning sensation goes. Then the second is a piece of cloth dipped in baking soda solution can also cool the affected area. Now we can take a piece of cloth and that piece of cloth we can dip in a baking soda solution, and that baking soda solution can also cool the affected area. Affected area means the burnt area. Okay. Now third is an antiseptic lotion or cream should be applied to prevent infection. Now we should apply an antiseptic lotion or a cream just to prevent any type of infection. Okay. Then the burn can be covered with a clean cloth or sterile gauze. Then the burnt area should be covered with a clean cloth or a sterile gauze. Then blisters may also form due to burns. A blister should not be pricked or broken, as an open blister can catch infection. Blister means chala. So blister can also form due to a burn only, and a blister should not be pricked or broken, means that we should not broke that blister, as that open blister can catch infection. Then if the burn is because of chemical, wash with water thoroughly, cover with sterile gauze and take the patient into a doctor immediately. Now if the burn is because of chemical or acid. Now if you got burnt with a chemical or a acid, then what you have to do? You should wash your hand or the burnt area with the water and cover it with sterile gauze, and after that take the patient to the doctor immediately. Then do not try to remove any burnt clothing which is sticking to the skin. Now if your clothes get stick to the skin, then don't try to remove that skin, because it can hurt you. Okay. Then see the did you portion, yellow one, the first, did you know? Aloe vera gel can be applied to heal small wounds, burns and ulcers. It forms a protective coating and helps in healing. Yes, aloe vera gel is also a cooling agent for the burns as well as the small wounds, or we can say that it can be applied to heal small wounds. It acts as an antiseptic only. Okay. Now see the cuts or scratches. Minor cuts or scratches can be treated easily, but deep injuries need proper medical attention by a doctor. As in the case of burns, what we should do? The minor burns can be treated at home, but the severe burns we take to burn cases we take to the doctor. Like that only in this also, cuts and scratches, but the minor cuts and scratches can be treated at home, but the deep injuries need proper medical treatment. Now see the first point. Wash and clean your hands properly to make them germ-free. Dirty hands can infect the wound. Now before touching the wound, wash and clean your hands properly just to make them free, because the dirty hands can infect the wound. After that, clean the area with clean water to wash away the dirt around it. Then clean the wound area with clean water to wash away the dirt around the wound. Then the third is apply some antiseptic liquid with cotton wool over it. Put antiseptic cream or lotion and bandage the wound after putting sterile gauze over it. It means that we should apply, after washing the wound, after cleaning the wound, we should apply an antiseptic liquid with a cotton wool. You can use a Dettol or a Savlon. Okay. Then we should put antiseptic cream and or a lotion then then do a bandage. Okay. Now after that, change the bandage every day till the wound heals. We should change the bandage every day till the wound heals. Then a cut due to a sharp object may lead to bleeding. Cover the wound with a clean cloth and press it for 15 to 20 minutes till the bleeding stops. Now a cut. Sometimes what happens if a mother cuts a vegetable, and while cutting a vegetable the finger gets a cut. Okay, then what we should do at that time? We should cover the wound with a clean cloth and press it for 15 to 20 minutes until the bleeding gets or the bleeding stops. Then you can use an ice pack to stop the flow of blood on a bruise too. Yes, and we can use an ice pack also just to stop the flow of blood. Now turn to the page number 68. Now, if you get a cut or scratch while playing in a playground, on the road, or due to some dirty or rusty object, germs may enter your body through this wound. You can get a disease called tetanus. To prevent tetanus, you should get an anti-tetanus injection immediately. Okay, suppose you went for a you went to a park for playing, and there you get a wound or a scratch or a cut while playing in the in a playground, on the road, or due to some dirty or rusty object. Then what can happen? Then the germs present at that road, that dirty object, or on the playground, that can enter into your body through that wound, and you can get a disease which is named as tetanus. So to prevent tetanus, you should get an anti-tetanus injection immediately. Okay. Then animal bites. And animal bites can be dangerous and sometimes fatal too. Bite of animals like dog, cat, bat, monkey, etc. can be dangerous. Saliva of some animals contain germs of a disease called rabies. A snake's bite has poison in it which can lead to death or prove fatal. In case of an animal bite, do the following. Now, what we should do when we get an animal bite or any animal bites us? An animal bite can be a dangerous, yes, because, and sometimes it's fatal too. Sometimes what happens, the bites, the saliva of animals, they contains germs of a disease, and that is called rabies. Now, bite of animals like dogs, cats, bats, monkeys can be dangerous, and they can cause rabies also. Now, snake bite. If a snake bites us, then what will happen? As the snake's bite has a poison in it, so we can which can lead to a death as well as can be proved fatal also. So snake's bite is very dangerous. Now, in case, what we should do when we get an animal bite? Wash the wound with soap and water. This will remove the germs. We should, when we get an animal bite, we should wash the wound with soap and water just to remove the germs. Then we should put an antiseptic lotion or a cream on that wound. After that, in case of a snake bite, tie a cloth near the wound tightly to slow down the flow of blood. This will prevent the poison from spreading in the body or blood. Now, in case of a snake bite, what we should do? We should tie a cloth near the wound, not on the wound, we should tie a cloth near the wound tightly just to slow down the flow of blood. As if we will not tie a cloth, then what will happen? The flow of blood will be normal as it was. Then the poison present in the snake's bite will go through our all the body parts through the flow of blood only, and that can cause or that can lead to a death also. So this will prevent the poison from spreading in the body of blood. Then rush the patient to a doctor immediately. And after that, after tying a cloth near the wound, we should rush to the doctor immediately. Then sprains and fractures. When you are careless, accidents may cause injuries like a sprain or fracture. When the tissues around a joint get torn, it is called sprain. It is very painful and causes swelling. A broken or cracked bone is called fracture. If an injured person is in extreme pain while moving, then it could be a fracture or ligament rupture. Now, what is the sprain and fractures? Fractures everyone knows. What is the sprain? Sprain means smooch. So let us see, when we are careless, okay, then the accidents can cause injuries like sprains and fractures. And when the tissues around a joint, gets torn, then it is called sprain. Means जब भी joints के पास क्या होता है, जो हमारे tissues, muscular tissues है, when they get torn, then it is called a sprain. And when and sprain is very painful as well as it causes swelling also. Then a broken or a cracked bone. When a bone gets broken or cracked then it is called a fracture. In a fracture, bone gets a crack or it is broken, but in sprain the tissue around a joint gets torn. Okay, now then, if an injured person is in extreme pain while moving, then it could be a fracture or ligament rupture. Means that when an injured person is feeling an extreme pain while moving any part of the body, then there can be a fracture or a ligament rupture. Let's see what we should do when we get a sprain or a fracture. To reduce the pain and swelling due to a sprain, keep on applying ice packs on the injured joint till the swelling subsides. Means that just to reduce the pain as well as swelling due to a sprain. In sprain cases, just to reduce the pain and swelling, we should apply the ice packs till the swelling gets reduced or till the pain gets reduced. And after that, before going to the doctor, give sufficient support to the affected area. Now, before going to a doctor, we should give a support to an injured or affected area. Then if a fracture is suspected, if we think that there is a fracture, then we should give the support to the fractured limb. Okay. Now a fracture is suspected, give support to the fractured limb. A splint, sheets of paper, cardboard, piece or pillow can provide the required support. This will also restrict the movement. A thick cloth or sling can be put around a fractured arm. Now, if a fracture is suspected, then what we should do? We should give a support to a fractured limb. Then A splint and a sheet of paper or a card. Just by a splint, through a splint. A splint is a sheet of paper or a cardboard piece. Okay, or we can give a support to a through a pillow which can provide the required support, which provides a required support to the injured or a fractured limb. This will also restrict the movement. Okay, now when we will give a support to the injured limb or a fractured limb, then it will restrict its movement also. Restrict means रोक देना. Then a thick cloth or sling can be put around a fractured arm. Now if our arm gets fractured, then we can put a thick cloth or a sling just around it. Okay, then take the patient to the doctor immediately, and after giving a support we should take the patient to the doctor immediately. Now see the page number 69. Now see heat illness. During summer months you experience very hot and strong winds. If you keep playing out in the sun for a long period of time, you may feel tired, giddy, and get a headache. These are the symptoms of heat illness. Heat illness means during summers the wind which blows is known as loo. The warm wind is known as loo, and that can cause the heat illness. Now suppose as we experience the very hot and the strong winds during summer months, and if we were playing for a long time in a sun, then what will happen? We will get tired, we will get giddy, we will get an headache, and these are the symptoms of head illness only. Now see the points. In case of heat illness, you should immediately move to a cooler place or under a shade. If you are just experiencing the heat illness, then what you should do? You should immediately move to a cooler place or under the shade. Second point, a glass of lemonade, that is water with salt, sugar and lime juice, helps to cool the body. And after going to a shade or a cooler place, we should take a glass of lemonade, or just we should take a glass of lemonade after coming back to the shade or at our home. We should take a glass of lemonade. Glass of lemonade means a water with salt, sugar and lime juice, as it helps to cool cool our body temperature. Okay, then the third is heat illness may also lead to bleeding nose. A person with a nosebleed should be made sit with the head bent forward. Now heat illness can cause a bleeding nose, as so a person who is experiencing or who is having a nosebleed, then that person should be made sit with the head bent forward, means ऊपर की तरफ उसका सर करके हमें उसको बैठाना चाहिए. Then we should apply an ice pack on the nose and head to stop the bleeding. If the bleeding continues, call or take the patient to a doctor. Now after making him sit with the head bent forward, what we should do? We should apply an ice pack on the nose and head just to stop the bleeding. And if doing these measures, then also if the bleeding continues, then we should take the patient to the doctor or call the patient or call the doctor. Okay, then in case of fire, a defective wiring or electrical appliance, a mishap in the kitchen or bathroom, etc. can cause fire. Call a fire brigade in case you notice fire in a building or a house. Through water, through extinguish fire. Now, a defective wiring or electrical appliance, a mishap in the kitchen or a bathroom can cause fire. Okay, now call a fire brigade. Whenever you notice a fire in a building or a house, then what you should do? You should call a fire brigade first of all. Immediately call the fire brigade, you should throw water on a fire through extinguish fire. Now see the points. First point, if the fire is caused due to an electrical source, do not throw water as it can cause electrocution. Turn off the main switch. Use sand or a fire extinguisher. Now, if the fire is caused due to electrical source or any electrical appliances, then what you should do? First of all, then don't throw water on fire. Okay, as that can cause electrocution. Whenever there is a fire due to an electrical appliance or an electrical source, then just turn off the main switch and use sand and the fire extinguisher to extinguish a fire. Okay. Then, if the fire is caused due to oil and petrol, do not throw water as it will flare the fire more. Oil and petrol are lighter than water, hence float on water surface and keep burning. Use sand or mud to put out fire. Now, if a fire is caused due to a oil and a petrol, then also don't throw water on it as it will flare the fire more, because oil and petrol are lighter than water, and oil and water can float on water surface and keep burning. So we should whenever a fire is caused due to a oil and petrol, we should use sand or a mud to put out the fire. And the third is, if a person's clothes catch fire, do not let him run around. Ask him to roll on the ground and cover him with a blanket. With this will cut off the oxygen supply and put out the fire. Take the person to the hospital immediately. Now, if a person's cloth catches a fire, or if a person catches a fire, then what you should do? Just ask him not to run around him. Just ask him to roll on the ground, and after rolling, just cover that person in a blanket, as this will cut off the oxygen supply and put out the fire. Then take that person immediately to the hospital. Now, be prepared always. In case of an emergency, know the important numbers of doctor, ambulance, fire station, police, etc. Keep these emergency numbers ready. Try to sign up for a first aid course in the school. It is important to know what to do after an accident, and even more important is that how to avoid an accident. Key to safety is to be alert and be prepared to handle emergencies. Now, we should always be prepared in case of an emergency. We should know the important numbers of a doctor, ambulance, fire stations, police stations, etc. And we should keep these numbers ready, that whenever we need it, we can call them. Okay, then try to sign up for a first aid course in the school also. It is very important to know what to do after an accident, and even more important is that how to avoid an accident. Okay, so key to safety is to be alert and be prepared for just to handle the emergencies. Okay, and this finishes our chapter living safely. Now, thank you class. Your homework is to revise the taught portion as well as do the exercises in book only.